On to the 7:38 here at Catterick, the Watch on Racing TV classified claiming stakes, a claimer for horses rated between 0 and 60. We'll start with a look at number 2 on the card. This is the mare Dandy's Gold for Roger Fell and Jason Hart. That combination looking for a double after the early win in the staying race from Gift of Raj. And Dandy's Gold just needs to bounce back to a little bit of form. Below form last time out around first. Previous efforts hadn't been so bad, and on that run behind Langham a couple of starts ago would have a real good chance.
We drop back to horse number 3. This is Divine Connection. She provided trainer Craig Lister with his first winner when winning at Pontefract last month over the 8 furlongs. She's got loads of speed. She loves to go forward. This drop back in trip shouldn't be a problem, and she's got the plum draw in stall 1.
6 is Willing to Please, who is coming back down in trip here. Was behind Divine Connection a couple of starts ago at Pontefract and disappointed last time.
Behind is horse number 4. This is Clother Home. He has had 2 starts this time around. He's only won 1 of his 21 starts in total. He does have a bit of form to find with How Bizarre.
Number 5 is Sinner Shekels for Michael Dodds. Sinner Shekels, who is yet to win in 20 career starts and faces a tough task on these terms.
And behind is horse number 8. This is Jungle in the Bungle. He has won 2 of his 33 starts overall. He's had 4 starts this time around. He was 4th here at a big price 3 starts ago, but not so good in 2 starts, back here since.
7 is Gigi's Beach, who is yet to win on the grass in 7 starts, but is a 4 times winner on the all-weather, and the form of those back-to-back wins at Southwell and Lingfield earlier on in the season would definitely give him a fair enough chance.
And behind is 10. This is Twin Appeal. He has gone a while since his last win, but as a result has dropped down to quite a low mark. He's been running okay towards the back end of last year. He was well beaten at Beverley on his seasonal reappearance, but he is entitled to come on for that run.
Number 1 is How Bizarre. Liam Bailey's horse is going well. Dave Nolan taking the ride, likely to show plenty of early dash. Tough task at the weights given his current handicap mark, but on his old form, if he could get back to that, he'd be well capable of getting competitive, and this track, where he's only run a couple of times before, should suit him.
And number 9, you can see there is Mela. He's only had the 8 starts so far, but he remains a maiden after those 8 starts. He hasn't shown a lot so far at quite big prices, and he needs to take a big step forward to get off the mark this evening.
And that completes our lineup for the upcoming classified claiming stakes. So, on to the classified claimant. Liam Bailey's just by saying that he thinks he's found the perfect spot for How Bizarre. He overheard me saying that at the weights he's not got the perfect chance, but Liam's horses are running well, aren't they? And this horse who ran at Musselburgh last time out and wasn't disgraced. I think despite having on the face of it a tough enough task, is probably well capable of getting competitive from that inside draw, and he could easily go and run pretty well here. It's not just about how it looks on their handicap marks in a race like this.
No, he's a pretty consistent horse, How Bizarre. He generally runs his race. He's seen quite regularly round Musselburgh. He has run well here as well before. He's been placed a couple of times, so he is a horse who generally runs his race. In these kind of races, it's probably which one wants it more on the day, and he should give his running, and he's dropping down to a nice mark as well now. He's well below his last winning mark, which was 68. He's off 55 tonight, so he's dropped quite a long way in the weights, and I wouldn't be surprised to see him give his running.
He's drawn in stall 2 and likely to show lots of early dash. on his inside, Divine Connection is kind of the other possible front runner. Now, he wasn't showing much zip early on in his races, but then last time out he definitely did, didn't he? Making the running at Pontefract, and if she's in that sort of form, then those two are going to be locking horns quite early on. Yeah,
she gave trainer Craig Lidster his first winner when winning at Pontefract. That was on good firm ground over the 8 furlongs last month. That's the only thing, whether these two horses do get into a bit of a pace duel up front and do set it up for a hold-up horse. She does like to get on with things, and this drop back in trip, the fact she stays further, shouldn't be a problem. She should see it out really well.
If they do get embroiled in a pace duel, could favour Dandy's Gold?
Yeah, the yard's in good form, and she is a horse that could well be suited if the race if they do go quite quick early and it's set up for a closer. She's gone quite a while since the last win. That did come on the all-weather. She's been running okay this time around, but she will need to better her latest run at Thirsk, where a couple of weeks ago she was well beaten.
Favourite GG's Beach will also need to better his latest run, but he was in really good form before that, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's 2 from 3 now for this yard. He won at Sutherland Lingfield. He failed to beat a rival when favourite at Wolverhampton earlier this month, but I think the return to this kind of track may suit him a bit better. He was sort of stuck out a little bit wide around Wolverhampton that day.
We've discussed How Bizarre. Clothrone was behind him by a couple of lengths last time out at Musselburgh.
Yeah, Clotherhome is back down to his last winning mark, which came at Musselburgh back in September over the 8 furlongs. 2 starts this time around. He's run respectively well, but like you said, does have a bit of ground to find with How Bizarre. Yeah, and
wrong at the weights with a few of these on his current mark. Twin Appeal, age of 11, second start of the season. I suppose with a run behind him, he might just take a bit of a step forward.
Yeah, and he's entitled to be. He's had plenty of racing. This is his 89th start today. He's pretty consistent generally. He was runner-up on one of his later starts at Thirsk last year. Well beaten at Beverley on a seasonal reappearance, but these old horses can generally just need a run to get going, so he could well fare better this afternoon.
It's number 10 there in shot, Twin Appeal. And a couple of veterans lining up on the card this evening, haven't we? A couple from the David Griffiths stable. Divine Connection now joint favourite with GG's Beach, and Twin Appeal there at 5-1. Dandy's Gold 11-2. So the market has this as wide open, and it is that kind of race. There's not too many of them that you could have absolute faith and confidence in. I would be leaning towards How Bizarre. I know he's not best in at the weights, but just think this track will suit him well, and he's, particularly if Divine Connection isn't away as well this time as she was last time out, then he could end up with the run of things. But he just seems more likely than most to actually give his running, and this is a drop-in class for him.
Yeah, he's consistent, and he generally does give his running, so that's definitely on his side. I think it's a matter of if him and Divine Connection take each other up front, they could maybe set it up for GG's Beach. He is a hold-up horse who could be coming late. But like you said, Divine Connection's taken a drop back in trip as well tonight, so depends how quick she jumps. But I agree with you, How Bizarre is very genuine, and in this kind of grade, you think he'll run his race.
Yeah, he's a solid enough operator at this sort of level, and it is a slightly set of calmer waters for him to try and negotiate tonight. Dandy's Gold looking to give Roger Fell, Jason Hart a double, and Dandy's Gold, she sort of looked like she might just be ready to strike for a little while, and it hasn't quite happened, but again, it is a drop-in class for her. Yeah,
she generally runs her race again. She was fourth in a big field at Thirsk 2 starts ago. Not so good at the same venue last time, and you have to go back to 2018 since her last win.
Yeah, back to Newcastle in early 2020 for the last time that you can find her getting her head in front. Let's see if she can do it again with a couple left to load. We'll get back to Darren.
So just one to go, and that's Willing to Please. Also scored a couple of times last year. And Willing to Please goes in. All in. Ready. They're off, 7 furlongs in front of them, and How Bizarre breaks the line from Divine Connection and Dandy's Gold in the yellow jacket. Twin Appeal is just off the leaders. Shinner Shekels, red colours in mid-division, we're Willing to Please. Clotherham is racing to the wide outside as they cover the first furlong and a half. Towards the back end of the field, you'll find Maylar and Jungle in the Bungle, and it's the Watch on Racing TV Classified Claimer. Heading towards the end of the back straight, How Bizarre and Dandy's Gold. They are occupying the first 2 spots as they approach the end of the back, with Clotherham there, blue colours to the wide outside. Divine Connections just in behind them, followed by Twin Appeal in the black and maroon silks. Willing to Please is on the wide outside. Shinner Shekels losing ground. Gigi's Beach gets a call, but has got more horses in front than behind. Maylar is one of those behind. Jungle in the Bungle is the back marker. Less than 3 furlongs to go. How Bizarre turns in with a lead of about a half length over the yellow jacket of Dandy's Gold. Then Divine Connection, followed by Clotherham, Twin Appeal, Willing to Please, Shinner Shekels, Gigi's Beach with work to do. Then Willing to Please, who's lost ground, heading down towards the final furlong and a half, and it is How Bizarre, Divine Connection over on the far side, Dandy's Gold, Clotherham and Twin Appeal looking for a gap between horses inside the final furlong. It's Dandy's Gold, Twin Appeal far side, Clotherham is out wide, How Bizarre still in there pitching Dandy's Gold and Twin Appeal just in front, close home. Twin Appeal beats Dandy's Gold, Clotherham third. Maylar is in company with How Bizarre for other places.
Twin Appeal takes the classified claimant for Gemma Tutty, and Laura Coughlin claiming the £5. It was a tight finish in the end, but on the second run of the season, Twin Appeal has stepped forward from that reappearance effort, Amy.
Yeah, it got a little bit messy late on, didn't it? But this horse, he knows how to win. He's had plenty of racing, and he's dropped a long way since his last win that came off a mark of 76. He showed plenty of guts. He did get messy down towards that inside rail, but he's a horse that generally gives his running. I'm sure he'll continue to give the yard some really good runs. He has come on for that Cities of reappearance. Sometimes these older horses do just need that run just to sort of blow the cobwebs away. Yeah, and in second, Dandy's Gold. She's got closer than she has been doing. Yeah, she's run another solid race. She's generally very consistent. You have to go back to 2018 since her last turf win, but this was much better from her tonight. Off the back of this, I'm sure she'll be getting ahead in front again. Gallop set by How Bizarre. He's finished 5th in the end. I wonder if he might be better going right-handed watching that. Yeah, generally, I mean, we used to train him, and we generally would have kept him right-handed because he can sort of tend to lug that way. He's run okay, but yeah, he's just, I think, better going right-handed, the likes of Musselburgh. Clotherham has reversed the form with him from recently and run a nice race to grab 3rd spot. But the winner is number 10 on the card, Twin Appeal for Gemma Tutty.